cruisers, I'm Sherry with CruiseTipsTV.com. Welcome back to Cruise Questions Today. This is our series where we answer your cruise questions in kind of a short recorded format in case you can't make it to one of our live streams, which we can't always make those live streams, right? You can still get your questions answered. Do us a huge favor and hit the subscribe button while you're here, because a lot of you folks who are watching, you haven't subscribed yet. If you're already subscribed, give us a good like or a comment. We'd love to ask you to do that. We're asking you to do that today. Please, please do it. Our first question today comes from G. Bell. G. Bell says, I'm on Ruby Princess in December. There's 3 main dining rooms. So just out of curiosity, I have dinner set in all 3 dining rooms. Your opinion on using all 3 during 11-day cruise or just stay with 1? G. Bell, first of all, have a blast on Ruby Princess. It sounds like you're probably on the Christmas cruise on Ruby. That's going to be so fun. 11 nights. Good for you. G. Bell, you sound like you booked your dining already in the Dine My Way app on the Princess app, and you like went from dining room to dining room, like, okay, I'm gonna start here, I'm gonna go there, I'm gonna do it at a different time, I'm gonna try them all out. You actually did a genius strategy here. What you might find once you're on board is that you like one better than the other, and you wanna stay in that dining room. This just happened to us on our Sapphire Princess cruise. We did exactly what you did. We're like, the first night we're going to Savoy, and then we're going to the other one, the Pacific Moon, and then we're gonna go to the International. We didn't like the first 2. They kept seating us on bench seats. We were seated too close to other people, and we felt bad for them because we couldn't really have a family conversation without like shouting across the table, and it didn't work. Finally, we landed in the big International dining room, and we loved it. And we said to the front desk staff, we like it here. Can we stay every night? And they were like, absolutely. They went into the system for us, so we didn't have to go into the app. They gave us a standing reservation for the whole cruise. You can probably do the same thing. They want to make you happy. I love your idea of trying different dining rooms for a few nights to see what you like so that you can then determine your preference. Princess is a very traditional cruise line. So for them, going to this Dine My Way thing was probably a little risky because a lot of us who cruise with Princess are like traditional. We like the same waiting staff every night, same wait staff every night, same table. I want to get to know you. I want to hear about your kids. I want you to make menu suggestions. I want you to memorize my drink preferences, and I want to spoil you at the end of the cruise. So that's how you do it. Play around for a few nights, see what you like, and then if you want to turn it into traditional dining, they're going to let you do that, G. Bell. Have a blast on Ruby. I'm so excited for you getting to cruise out of Texas. James Nunez says, my girlfriend enjoys the nightlife as I do. We're going to Alaska. Trying to choose between Celebrity or Holland America. Any ideas? James, that's a tough call because Holland America skews to be an older demographic, whereas Celebrity skews a little younger and more contemporary. Neither of these cruise lines really resonate with me as being like totally nightlife focused though. Like if you really want some good nightlife, you might want to bring a few other cruise lines into the mix here, like Royal Caribbean, Norwegian, and Carnival might actually be better fits for you. With that said, Holland America actually has a music partnership, and they have this thing called the Music Walk where they have all kinds of different musical entertainment throughout the night, which is absolutely amazing. So if you have Music Walk on the ship that you're going to, you might be really, really happy with things like the BB King's Blues Club, Billboard on Board, where they have twin pianists like belting out different songs, and the Lincoln Center stage. So that's all really cool. And even though Holland America skews towards an older demographic, that's a really neat feature of cruising with Holland America. But I might encourage you, if you're really into the nightlife, you might want to look at those other cruise lines too, just to be safe, because they do cruise to Alaska. I hope you have a great time, James. Next up, Krista Azeka Ochoa says, my husband and I want to plan a cruise in April for our anniversary. Where do you recommend, what do you recommend going out of California? So I think what Krista wants to know is, what are your options for cruising out of California in April? By the way, happy anniversary, Krista. You have lots of choices. You don't have a super amount of choices in April, but you have lots, not like the most amount for that time of year. And that's because you're right in between the Alaska and Mexican Riviera season, okay? So in April, you could do Discovery Princess, early April still goes to the Mexican Riviera, okay? Or you can do those Mexican Riviera sailings on Norwegian Bliss, or you can do it on Celebrity Solstice as well. Or you could do Carnival Panorama, which does the Mexican Riviera year round. Now, what if you want to mix it up a little bit cruising out of California? What if you're like, I don't want to go out of LA, I want to go out of San Francisco? Well, you can. There is actually a Pacific coastal cruise on Princess out of San Francisco in April. So here's what I want you to do to search for these cruises. Here's how you look for them, Krista. I want you to go to cruiseline.com. Put in your sail date, which is April 2023, 2024, whichever April, and then go over to destinations and select whichever destination in California you might want to sail from. Your choices are San Diego, Long Beach, Los Angeles, aka San Pedro, or San Francisco. So you have all 4 of those. Plug those ports in, the departure ports, and hit go and see what all your options are. I just gave you a pretty big chunk of the options that are available, but there's more too. So that's a starting point for you for those cruises. You're gonna have a blast. Okay, Pamela Chesley said, I need help with excursions in Saint Maarten and St. Kitts. Pamela, I haven't been to St. Kitts, but most people say that you wanna get out on St. Kitts and you wanna see the whole island. If you've done that already, maybe try something different, like a food tour or maybe a resort for a day type of a situation, but that's what I would do. Saint Maarten, there are so many options. And I don't know if you know this, Pamela, but I had the opportunity to spend almost a week on Saint Maarten in 2021, and I got to see so many different things. It's mind-blowing, and I made a whole video for you about it. So I'm gonna link to that video, but I'm gonna give you some ideas of things you might wanna do when you're in Saint Maarten, some cool things to do. One of them is a rainforest adventure, which is like a zip lining type of a day. A blast. You get incredible views of the island and the neighboring islands when you're all the way at the top. You can do zip lines. You can take the major crazy zip line down, the one that's like wild and super fast, and it is a ton of fun. So if you're really into high adventures, you might want to do that. If you want to get out on the water, you might consider a snorkeling or sunset sail with Aquamania Adventures. That's a good one. You might also just want to walk around Phillipsburg and do the Color Me SXM Art Walk. If you just Google that, you'll see all about it. You can go to Great Bay Beach. It's beautiful. If you want to do something totally unique though, go over to the French side, go over to Tijan Parfumerie and make your own perfume. And maybe hit up Grand Case, the beach on the French side, one of the beautiful beaches, of course, there's many. But those are some ideas for you for Saint Maarten. I hope you have a blast, and please watch our Saint Maarten video. It's so great. We talk about lodging and dining as well, but the activities are also kind of, they're kind of sandwiched in there. And if you want to look at the menu of different things to do, just go into the description of the video and there's timestamps for each different activity. So you're gonna enjoy that so much. All right. Our last question today is about Navigator of the Seas. And this is from Jeff Dinter. Jeff said, where can we first eat when we board Navigator of the Seas? Not for dinner, but when we first get on the ship, like around 1 p.m. I don't want to go to the buffet where everybody goes. I don't really want grab and go areas. I want somewhere where we can go and have a sit down meal for lunch. Okay, so this is the tricky thing, James, is that I don't think that Royal Caribbean opens their dining rooms for lunch on the first day. So you do have some choices. I checked this out at royalcaribbeanblog.com. I went to Matt's website, and his website said that even though you don't have the ability to do sit down dining, you might be able to do specialty dining on board on your first day. And you might just have to walk up and see if they're taking reservations. So some of the restaurants that you have available to you on Navigator that are specialty, that are upcharge, you have Azumi, you have Chops, which is the steakhouse. Azumi's Japanese, Chops is a steakhouse. You have Hooked Seafood, and you have Johnny Rockets Express. Johnny Rockets Express, though, is poolside, and I don't think that's what you want. I have one last idea for you, James, that I think you might like. I think you might like this. There's a venue on Navigator called Playmakers Sports Bar. It's in the Royal Promenade. It's where everybody goes and watches TV and plays pool or whatever. And it's like a really lively sports bar / kind of a pub, but they have food there and you can actually sit down. Now it's pub food. You're gonna be talking about nachos, a really incredible burger that they have there. I think that they've also got pigskin sliders They have, oh, what do they have here? Special French fries. The Impossible Burger is the one that I'm talking about, and they also have dessert. So I tried Playmaker's food and it was really, really good. So that's something you could consider, but go ask Matt at Royal Caribbean Blog on one of his live streams. See if you can get some professional advice from him, but I'm pretty sure that my advice is up to date for you for now. All right, everybody, thank you so much for joining us for this episode. Be sure to subscribe before you take off. Leave your questions down below. And until next time, we'll see you on the high seas. Bye-bye.